You are now tuned back into another episode of Marcel Hyde Mindset. And remember, click that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you're finding any type of value from these episodes that we produce on a weekly basis, make sure you're going out there and you're sharing it with someone. All right. So there's no point in getting information and gatekeeping that information. The way the world works is if you receive something from someone or someone give you some type of knowledge, your job is to share it with other people because then the universe will continue to bless you. God will bless you abundantly, right? There's no point in holding information thinking that, oh, if I tell someone about this thing, that it's going to actually stop me from getting to a higher level. And I think a lot of times people think that if they were to tell someone something, a tip, a tool, something that can improve themselves, that it's going to take away from them, but it actually does not take away from you. It actually helps you get to a higher level to grow and build and receive what you want, because whatever we're putting out there is essentially what is coming back to us. All right. So we are in the month of May, and we're in the fifth month of the year, and it's the perfect time to make a change in your life, right? And when I say make a change, there's different things in each and every one of our lives that we know we have to change or want to change, right? Whether that be a career we want to change, we want to go from doing something that we've been doing for the past 10 years to now doing something different, or we want to step into another field, or we want to start our own business, or we just want to do something different. But something's been nagging at us to do something different, or nagging at you to do something different, but you just don't pay attention to the nagging, or you experience that nagging, you do nothing about it. You just go through that process of the nagging, and that nagging is something that's telling you it's time to make a change. It's time to step out of your comfort zone. It's time to shift. It's time to pivot, but you stay in the same position. You don't make a change. And that is why I am developing a community of people, which I have been building over the last couple of years, community of people where they can come on this content, they can listen, right? They can take some tips that I've learned from my own personal life and they can apply to their life. Tips that I've learned from other creators, tips that I've learned from books that I bring on this channel that they now can take and apply to their life. Because all the information is out there. There's actually no excuse in our generation or in our time, because everything you need is at the click of a button, right? You could use ChatGPT, you could use Google, you could use Gemini, you could use Claude, you could use all different type of applications, all different types of search engines to figure out, whatever it is you're trying to figure out. So there really is no excuses. And I always mention this, but I like to bring it back, is the only person holding you back is yourself. And that is why I am building, I haven't built yet, I'm in the process of building an online community where you guys can come on and you could be a part of my weekly coaching sessions, right? Where you can get a lot of tips on mindset, a lot of other individuals who may be struggling with similar things as you that can help you. You're going to get a talk from me that's going to push you. And what I realize is when we pay for things, when we invest in ourselves, we actually take it a lot more serious. So a lot of the content that I have been producing on YouTube has been free community service content, and I do it because I love it. It's not because I'm looking to blow up or be the next YouTube creator or whatnot. It's just like I found something that I loved, and I started creating videos around my passions, things that I love, which was mindset and leadership. So a lot of my content pertains to mindset and leadership. So if you're someone that is struggling with your mindset, if you're someone that actually has a good mindset and wants to maintain that mindset, then I'm someone that you should watch. If you're someone that wants to become a leader, whether that be in your workplace, whether that be in your business, whatever area of your life you want to be a leader, then this is a great channel for you to subscribe to be a part of, to be on, because it's going to help you stay focused, because you need accountability partners, you need coaches, you need people directing you and guiding you, right? You can't do it by yourself. No great person, no professional has ever coached themselves. Any sports teams all have a coach. So why do you think you don't need a coach? If every single elite sports team has a coach, and if we're talking about the professional level, the highest level, whether that be the MLB, the NHL, the NBA, they all have coaches, and these individuals are highly paid, right? The players are highly paid. So if you expect yourself to be highly paid, then what it's going to require is for you to have a coach. So if you think you're going to be highly paid without any type of coach, without anybody giving you tips or directing you or leading you or guiding you in any type of way, then you're essentially just fooling yourself, because everybody at one point had a coach, everybody had a mentor, everyone had someone that gave them some tips in regards to, how they can improve their life, how they can, grow in their career, how they can grow in their business, right? So for everybody, every single individual needs a coach, right? Everybody needs to be coached by someone. And the great thing about being online now is there's so many different communities out there that you can join. And if what I say resonates with you, then you could join my community. But if it doesn't resonate with you, find another community that resonates with you, that aligns with the things that you're trying to do in this life. Because I wouldn't want someone in my community that doesn't align with me, or doesn't really vibe with what I'm saying, or isn't on the same frequency. I'm not going to take that personally. It's actually better for the community, because we want like-minded individuals. We don't want someone to, come into the community and disrupt the community, and come in the community and just put the community down, right? That's not what we're about. We're about uplifting people who want to be uplifted. We're about helping people step outside of their comfort zone. We're about helping people challenge themselves. We're about helping people become the best version of themselves and strive to be the best version of themselves. We're a community where you're going to be held accountable, right? We're a community where we're going to challenge you, right? So if you're looking for that in your life and you need that in your life, then this is the perfect place for you to be. But if this is not what you're looking for, then I strongly advise you to search and find what you're looking for. Never settle, you know, because you could come out here and say, "Oh, I couldn't find anything else, so I'm just going to come on this community." No, find exactly what you're looking for, whatever your niche is, whatever you may be lacking and you want to improve on, or whatever you have a strength in you actually want to build. Because at the end of the day, just because you have muscles and you lift in the gym doesn't mean that your muscles are going to permanently stay like that. You have to continue to lift. So that's the same thing with like having a strong mindset. Like my mindset is strong because I work on it every single day. It's not like I work on it today and then I don't revisit it until the end of the month. Like we're in May. It's not like, oh, I'm not going to read something about mindset, or I'm not going to try and do something to develop my mindset, and then I'm going to work on that again in June. No, it's actually an everyday thing. It's something I live. So you're going to have to realize that mindset is the foundation, is part of the foundation, not the only part of the foundation, which is going to help you build whatever you're trying to build, or help you navigate life, and achieve the things that you want out of this life. It's all about, having the right mindset, right? You're going to learn that. So that's where I come in and help you, and equip you with the right mindset. That's going to help you create and develop the things that you want in this life. Because without the right mindset, you're only going to be able to get so far in this life. You're not going to be able to accomplish all the goals that you set for yourself without the right mindset. Because the minute you face a challenge, you're going to quit. The minute that you go through adversity, you're just going to give up. The minute that something doesn't work, you're just going to stop. You're not going to pivot. The minute you get adversity, you're not going to know to have some tools to help you deal with it. The minute you fail, you're not going to have the right tools or the right mindset to keep going. So mindset is so important, right? Because you are going to fail. That's just the reality of whatever you're doing. You are going to fail. When you apply for jobs, you don't always get the first job. Sometimes you don't even get the 100th job. Maybe it's the 200th job. Maybe it's the 250 job. Maybe it's the 300 jobs applications that you had to put in. If you're launching a business, maybe it's not, you don't get your first client for a year or 2 years. If you're, trying to get a promotion, maybe that promotion might take 5, 6, 7 years, right? We hope it doesn't take that long, right? We hope we could cut that time in half, but the reality is you are going to fail, right? If you're looking for a spouse or someone to live your life with, you're not going to just meet someone today and tomorrow you're married, or you're not going to just, the first person you approach ever in your life is going to say yes, right? You're going to have to go through a lot of no's. You're going to have to go through a lot of rejection. You're going to have to go through a lot of failures. You're going to have to go through a lot of falls. And that is just part of the process. But while you're going through that, you need people in your circle that are going to hold you accountable. You need people that are going to push you. You need people that can give you the right tools. You're gonna need people who are gonna hold you accountable as well too. That's a big one, is holding you accountable to the things that you say that you want to do or you're going to do. Because so many people say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that," and then nobody follows up with them, or they're not paying for to be a part of community where they're coming in. And it's just like you're getting coaching, you're in a community, and you're paying for this. It's just like when you're not paying, you don't pay attention. But what you're paying for, you pay attention to, right? Whatever we pay for, we pay more attention to. It's just, I don't know if we're wired like that, or it's just naturally because your money's going out because you realize how hard you had to work for this money, or what it took for you to get this money. So now, whenever you're investing your money in something, you have to pay attention to. You end up paying attention to it because you're like, you don't want to lose money. Nobody in this world wants to lose money. Do people lose money? For sure. But who really wants to lose money? Nobody. So when you pay for something, you're more inclined to pay attention. You're more inclined to be like, let me sit down and take notes. Let me actually apply, what I'm learning. I'm not just going to listen to a YouTube video from someone, free content. And at the end of the day, after I listen to this free content, I'm going to go apply things. A lot of times, most people won't do that, but some people will. They'll listen to the free content and then they'll take what they get from the free content and then they'll apply it in their life. But a lot of people, until they pay, then at that point, like, you know what, I'm paying for this. So I have to now do what is being told to me. I have to now be disciplined. I have to now give up my vices. I have to now, create content, even though I'm scared to, right? It's just like, I've invested in this. How can I not create content even if I'm scared? Even if I'm scared, I'm going to do it anyways, because I'm invested in something, right? So you need to realize that you need to step into the version of yourself that you want to be. You need to step in, if you're afraid, step with that fear. Don't like, fear is going to be there. That's understandable. And that's inevitable. You will be afraid because it's not something that you've done before. It's not something that you've been taught. Maybe you don't even see a lot of people doing it, but even though, it feels uncomfortable, there's fear, you still have to take that step. And eventually, once you take that step, once you come out of your comfort zone, you're going to realize that that's the best thing that you've ever done because it's built so much for you, whether that be monetarily or internally as well too. When you step outside, when you make yourself vulnerable, when you step out of your comfort zone, there's something inside of your self-esteem builds because now it's just like you trust yourself. And a lot of individuals don't actually trust themselves. So that's huge that you did something when you were afraid. But sometimes all you need is a little push. You need someone in your corner telling you, you could do it. Don't be afraid. Just go and do it. And if you are afraid, do it scared. Do it afraid. You got this. It's okay. You'll be good. You'll be fine. It's not as scary as you think, right? So you actually need a community. You need people pushing you. You need coaches coaching you and directing you and giving you that encouragement. And when you fall off, the coach is there to not physically lift you up, but mentally, speak to you in a way where you want to lift yourself up. You need that. Everybody needs it. Okay. So remember, I'm in the process of building my online coaching community. So get ready for something that hasn't been out there before. I'm sure there's a ton of coaches online, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who have done some things that can help a lot of people. But what I'm bringing to the table, you haven't seen before. All right. So remember, tap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and take each and every day just to get a little bit better. All right. Unlock your mind. Mindset is everything. Marcel Hyde mindset. Peace and love. Until next time.